mechanical players on show right here, right now. The key one that I'm looking at for RIXGG is my man Cash. I'm keeping a close eye on him to see if he's using the Dominus or the Octane. He likes to flip-flop between the two, but also in the case of White Demons, CRR and Dorito, I've yet to see them put a foot wrong in any of the games where I've watched them. These guys are immense.
Yeah, they look absolutely fantastic. You can always look at Cash, I think, to be that mechanical player where he's probably going to pop off and do something incredible. Also got playing with the Dominus today, so I know that we both appreciate. Yep. Every single shot looks better in a Dominus. Come at me, Twitch chat. And yeah, you're right. You've also got Dorito and CRR who have made such a name for themselves on this squad where they hit clips every single series.
Yes, it's incredible the consistency that they have, and I think that whatever happens here, whoever does win it, and it will be a close one with the desk of this split, it's going to be an exciting one to watch, and I'm sure a few of these clips will find their way onto the RLCS Twitter. Here's Ocelon now on this one of the great defenders of the game, certainly in the eyes of the RIXGG fans. He's starting a launch of an attack, which Cash is continuing. He's blocked off by Dorito, but early pressure here for RIXGG, and I would say they are slight favourites going into this one, even though I think it will be close.
I think this is one of the series that is the least upset if either team win, to be honest. I think any other series today, especially for the pre-organised games, I mean, with the seeding coming into today, if they ended up going opposite ways, yeah, there'd be big upsets one side or another. This is incredibly even. RIXGG absolutely sweeping their group. White Demons coming second. And to start things off, CRR getting on the end of the save from Dorito's beautiful touchdown.
Yeah, Tigre is a name that we don't mention too much when talking about these mechanical players, but he sure has pace and experience, and it was him that set the goal up. CRR in the air so fast after that. Following up from the assist from Dorito, and it is White Demons that take the early lead in this first game. I think that's what I want to see. I think that an early lead for White Demons is good for the feel of this series as a whole. RIXGG, I'd expect more to be able to come into it. They've got a bit more experience with this pressure. They've been in grids for longer. They've been knocking about since at least the early days of winter, whereas White Demons are they're really starting to come to the boil right now in spring, which is great. It says something about this format, that teams are still emerging and showing how good they are. But I can see that thought in a second. This MikeBoy has a chance, but Dorito saves it to the side.
Ocelon trying to get it rapidly back central. The double miss into the clear from CRR. Gets it past the halfway line with the bump two. Lays it off to Dorito. Can't flick it over Ocelon. Trying to 1v1 the 1v1er. Wasn't quite able to get that shot perfectly on there, but Dorito trying to leather it at the crossbar. Cash to save away. CRR underneath it as Ocelon sends long, and now RIXGG go on a push.
No signs at all of White Demons bucking under the pressure, but they're still scary when you're up against RIX.
Yeah, that is a fantastic shot. Didn't even need a second touch from Ocelon to come in. MikeBoy incredibly cleverly threads the needle between the two defenders, comes up over the top of Tigre, and that speed catching MikeBoy off guard as well. Low and true, and the equalizer comes in.
So just over halfway gone in this first game, and we do have parity. A few nice goals to start us off, gets us going for the rest of this series. Tigre's got a weird touch there over the top of Cash, who just nopes out of there and lets MikeBoy in instead. Hang about, what is going on here? That whole play, for about 20 seconds, got really weird and almost led to a goal.
And you mentioned Tigre at the start of it as well, where he has been a player that I feel has just been around Rocket League esports for just years now, and has always been a pretty decent player. He's always done well in various scenes. He's part of the German university scene as well, has done well throughout his career on the lower to bubble/low pro level, and has made a couple of good forays into the really high level RLCS, but he has been just continuing, grinding, and playing as hard as he can to make sure that he is fully relevant in the eyes of everybody else. And to come in off the edge of that pass, he couldn't get the double on the goal line, but what a pass from Dorito.
Stumpy, I'm so sorry that Tigre didn't score that goal at the end of your monologue about how well he's done to stay relevant in the scene. That would have been perfection. But yeah, he's done something very smart, which is get two brilliantly mechanical players and train them up, and that is the White Demons that we're seeing. So, just good together.
It's definitely flavour of the RLCS X as well. It's what Dignitas have done. It's what a load of other teams have made sure that they focus on is have a solid third man and a man that knows how to win tournaments and also lose tournaments to make sure the mentality is there, and then do well in the back line so then your two mechanical maestros can run riot up top.
Well, this first game is coming to its culmination, and it's RIX GG that are on the attack. Mike Boy puts it into the center. Tigray is almost bumped out the way by Mike Boy. Manages to get something away in the end. Ocelon, for some reason, misses. Cash, thankfully, for RIX GG was right behind him, but it has meant the attack has died out with Dorito going down the side. And then look at that challenge from CRR. White Demons are so fast. Every time RIX GG are trying something solo, they are being just charged at.
Charzan's final 30 seconds for RIX GG to close it out. Mike Boy gets the shot off, but Tigray takes that slow approach to the ball, receives it second. Cash manages to take an entire loop around the sidewall. As Tigray comes off his line, Dorito has to save it at the back.
10 more seconds left. Will we have a late winner, or are we going to overtime? Something, and I get plenty of these in recent history. I wouldn't say no to another one. But Ocelon is trying to make sure that doesn't happen with that charge down on Dorito. The ball is going to end up on the ramp. CRR keeps it going. We'll just make sure that Ocelon gets his touch, and then it's probably going to be overtime in game one.
Dorito, his name. I like how Rocket League can't deal with his name fully. So he just calls him Dorito. I don't know, hashtag @ That'll do, I guess. I'm not going to try and get the cipher to his name.
That'll do, Rito.
Very good. That's why you're paid the big bucks.
Mike Boy into the center. Cash is already there. Decent transition from RIX GG. It's definitely been a game as we expected where solo plays are looking most likely. And that's why White Demons are charging them down so quickly whenever RIX GG come upwards. But there's a few team plays now. The ball bipping about the White Demons half as Mike Boy intercepts again. And they're struggling to clear, but as soon as they do, they look dangerous, the White Demons.
So decent shot on from Dorito, just poking the defense, trying to keep this as an even overtime. Mike Boy tries to go for the flip over one, doesn't get the flick, instead gets the bump. Dorito starts to crumble under the pressure, and the offense again from RIX, snuffed out, but a good look on net.
We're not doing the Dorito pans. Cash goes long. Ocelon wants to get a touch on CRR, but CRR's defending is decent, at least for the start. Dorito needs to help out his team, but now there's two RIX players, but both want a bite of that, and Ocelon scores the winner.
That was actually a really clever shot from Mike Boy as well. Goes low because he sees Dorito on the backboard and then forces that awkward save. Cash and Ocelon between them get the shot top corner. Dead on the 1 minute mark, and RIX GG taking that first game, but it was very back and forth.
We have many overtimes in a row yet again. I would not say no, because I love this style of Rocket League that all these players are involved in. It's fast, it's aggressive, it's confident. None of these players are like they're shying away, because the reward of making that top 8, guaranteeing that you've qualified through this knockout gauntlet, has to up the pressure with every touch these players are making.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of the mental fortitude that these players are going to need, and it's something that I do feel that they're quite even on. I was going to say that White Demons actually have the advantage there with Tigray, because if you start to lose a couple of games, there's no player that knows losing more than Tigray, who ultimately had the worst performance in the RLCS back on AS Monaco. They went 0-9. It was not pretty, or maybe 1-8 in the end, but they had the worst season in RLCS. It wasn't great, and in the end, they ended up with the players splitting ways, Tigray finding this team a year and a half later, and they are doing a fantastic job. RIX GG, though, they're now tried and tested almost throughout the RLCS X itself, being formerly Redemption. Yeah. They have had the highs and lows that comes with being a pro.
Yeah, their best has been the 5th, 6th finish, which they reached in one of these regionals, which is a huge achievement for them. And I just want to say something before we start the second game. You have a unique way of dressing a compliment up as an insult. I don't know how you do it. Saying, oh yeah, I think that the best weapon that White Demons have is they have Tigray, because he's a bit rubbish, and that's appreciated.
I feel like it really needs to be reminded that he had just a horrific season. With, by the way, extra on the team, just as a bit of another fun fact.
Yeah, and they were 0-9, I'm certain of that one. And they're now 0-1 because there's an early goal from Mike Boy in game 2.
Oh, that fake from Ocelon to lure the defender out, can send it low into the middle, and that does seem to be a little bit of a secret weapon for RIX, not just trying to sling it into the top bins and saying goodnight Nora. They're taking it slow, going slow with it, and then just having these decent calculated shots.
Yeah, White Demons are covering the backboard even when they are the last player back. And normally that's effective because you can come from the backboard, squish the ball down, get a pinch away. But the smartness of these RIX GG finishes, the backboard player is taken completely out the game by the fact that the ball's are on the floor, and then they're following up with such confidence.
Trying to train out there from White Demons of, hey, you guys can go to the backboard as much as you want, and they're going to be a victim of their own muscle memory eventually.
And it is the lead for RIX GG in this second game as Mike Boy tries to dribble around the corner. One of the quieter players for RIX, not really the one that draws the eye quite as much, but he of course has a box of tricks in his own right. Normally the third man for this squad, but can get involved when he's forward. Now he is at the back, finding Cash and going long, looping forward. Shock and surprise. There is a player at the back on the backboard, and it was Dorito. And look at that control from Dorito. That is cool and original.
He whips it around the side of two players, and it does end up leading to a goal as well. CRR aims for the top corner, absolutely sends it. There was actually a touch as well from a keeper who nearly saved it away. Cash got his nose to it, but the speed isn't enough, and that's an equaliser.
There's a really nice moment of composure as well from Dorito, where he could have charged into the ball. That would have been the temptation, but he just slows down just for a second to ensure the 50-50 is as strong as it can be, and that's what led to his assist.
Dorito trying to go for a chance of his own this time. Gets the demo as well on Cash. That is rubbing salt in the wound as Mighty Boy has to save it away instead.
Cash is wanting to go up against Tigray here. RIXGG have just slowed down for a second. I think they're realizing that there might be one or two double commits and mistakes here from White Demons as they start to get the bit between their teeth. That is what happened. But Tigray, who else, was the man who had the discipline and composure to make sure that all three White Demons players weren't just charging forward there.
So again, Dorito with the dribble gets a really good challenge, but it does fall to Mighty Boy. As he goes up for the double, gets his central, but no player following up until Arslan eventually takes the initiative and goes for it instead. Dorito this time opting to send it long instead of going for the dribble. Tigray taking his central off the corner. Good demo from Dorito. Opens up the defense for Arslan as he whips round above the net. And we approach half-time. Both teams are clear. CRR taking a shot on net there. I feel he could have passed to Tigray.
Yeah, maybe his boost was a little bit low or just rushing things somewhat. RIXGG defending very well, but we saw it against BDS, how good White Demons are at picking apart these stubborn defenses. Tigray slows it down and Dorito is coming in. Gets one touch, wants the second one. Actually, it's CRR that comes in, but Tigray has been beaten, does get a decent dunk though. So it's a tough bit of defending here for RIXGG.
That's such a nice touch from CRR as well, where he somehow, we always say this, pro players jump out quickly for the ball and just absorb every single little bit of momentum that it's got, and it sticks to their hood. It is magical to watch, and CRR proving that that's something that everybody on this pitch is able to do.
One of this new wave of mechanical maestros are CRR and Dorito, both in their own right. And it's Dorito that goes up now, compounding this pressure on RIXGG's goal. Ocelon clears it as far as he can, and that's an important touch from Mike Boy. There was a demo on the way back from Dorito on Ocelon, which should mean that CR has some space to play with, even though he's got no boost to play with. Weird position right now because White Demons had all the time in the world, but no boost. So RIXGG were charging at them, trying to make the most of that. But oh my goodness, Dorito almost makes the most of that chance. But Ocelon can gratefully dribble it away.
It's a touch too high. Dorito there, again being a nuisance, getting in the way on his half rotation background. Will keep the ball in that blue half, but Cash now trying to work his way up the pitch. Tigray quickly thwarting that plan as My Boy has an option central. Instead goes long, playing the longer game here. The way that RIXGG have managed to take control of the match at the times they've had control is by slowing it down and making White Demons beat themselves.
Little doink for CRR. Cash is standing up to it, had the read on it. And CRR goes round the corner. Ocelon, more good defense from RIXGG. They've been so stretched in this second game. Desperate to hold on for as long as they can. They'll know that one counter-attack could be the undoing of White Demons, and maybe this could be the moment. Mike Boy smishing that ball against the side and then tackling CRR as well. They can't really get a chance going RIXGG right now. For all the little opportunities, the jabs that they've had at a counter, nothing is stuck.
The final 30 seconds is a time where one goal might stick, and it may well be the winning goal. Dorito maintains control of this, sends it high. CRR is second to the ball. Ocelon can beat him around. Tigray being very quick, manages to get the touch forward, so still blue side under pressure. CRR sees the option in the middle. My Boy, full initiative going for the block. Dorito, up for one, flip reset, gets over one again. Ocelon from the goal line, clears it away.
But the attack continues, CRR comes in, Mike Boy with an all-important touch away. Few seconds left, and RIXGG still holding on like they have been for large swathes of this game. CRR with perhaps the last chance, though, for White Demons to end this one in regulation. He's going to doink it along. Is anybody there? No, they're not. And 2 overtimes in a row. This is getting really silly now.
We love an overtime here with Colin Stumpy. Every single series, we get about 30. Mathematically, shouldn't happen, but my word, it does. But the first shot is a blinder.
It's amazing how much of a reset the overtime can be. In regulation, one team was better. There were no two ways about it. And yet, as soon as they have that kickoff again, it is RIX GG that have the first real chance, and so close there for Mike Boy.
Managing to get the save off the line as well. The composure is huge. Shot on target. Mike Boy with an awkward touch nearly sends it in near post as Dorito half rotates again. 1v1 goes for the bump on Arcelon, but that man is unfazable.
Poor old Tigray as well. He thought he was coming in for a goal. Instead, he's bumped out the way. And it is a counter-attack for RIX GG, and it's easy for Arcelon.
Oh, Tigray getting bumped out the way too. Dorito absolutely shook as he tries to send it to the sidewall. Instead, though, Arcelon, he's waiting and lurking, and that man just needs to hit it hard at the center.
That is 2 overtime goals in a row now for Arcelon, and RIX GG will breathe a huge sigh of relief, because I reckon if I'm in their comms right now, I'm admitting it, we got away with one there.
I mean, they both seem to have taken up residence in a cave, which is great on the side of RIX. No natural light, full gamer hours for them. So respect that they are making sure that their eyes are only focused on the single light-giving source in their room, and that is the game ahead of them.
Yeah, it is amazing being that they are literally in a cave, that the Wi-Fi is reaching them. It's incredible how far technology... Oh, have they? No, they're already out.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's because there are too many goals in their net.
Okay, very good. 2-1 to RIX, sorry, 2-0 overall now to RIX GG. We still haven't seen them at their best. There was that Mike Boy ceiling play that was almost a thing of beauty. But in the end, they just defended for as long as they needed to and got the easy goal in the end. How much will that frustrate White Demons?
I think it's frustrating in the fact that Tigray, I think, was in not a too bad position. It was pushed quite far forwards, but there was a good attack going on for White Demons. It's the fact that he got bumped out of the way, and that's then what opened up the back line. It's on him now to realize that it was actually a good play from RIX to counterattack on it. Dorito also can't blame himself sending it to the wall. What else is he meant to do? And then finally, it's RIX to continue that momentum, and they are now aiming for that 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, well, as the RIX GG players look around themselves and water droplets echo around their cavernous surroundings, it's ironic that they'll be hoping that their opponent's defense is what caves in.
CRR getting a nice gentle touch onto the backboard, can also carry it over the second. That is absolutely fantastic defense. Maintaining his flip as well, just in case he needed it. Cash flexing, having 100 boost, then going over the back 100 as well, and not even picking it up.
How did Tigray have so much space there? He got one touch, and I was expecting him to be swarmed by a pair of RIX GG pros, but instead he just got that second one, and that has led to this pressure. Could this be the first lead in the series for White Demons? No, yet again, and Dorito attempts it, but Cash clears it away, so decent defending again for RIX.
Oh my gosh, anytime a White Demons player goes up for a decent chance on net, they're being harangued in the sky.
Arcelon and Tigray over 50-50. Dorito comes in now. The conveyor belt is a-flowing for White Demons, but they just need to get this goal. Need something to hold, I think. A little bit of time to defend themselves and really draw RIX GG out.
That's Tigray trying to lure out a defender. Cash is up early for a great pass central. Takes 3 bodies on RIX to clear it away as CRR takes a decent shot onto the side. He clears it now back to his own corner, picks the 100 boost as well. But his next touch going quite low, and Cash is able to get the strong 50. Can't squeeze it through Dorito. But Mike Boy in a spectacular position to continue the offense.
Yeah, this is the best we've seen from RIX really in regulation play as Cash comes in against Dorito. Dorito goes high, and it's awkwardly over Cash. A little bit frustrating for him, considering he had at least 70 boost there, and certainly the ability to do something with it if were he to get the touch. Instead, it's Arcelon that makes something for Mike Boy. Arcelon's going for a bump on Dorito. Dorito manages to avoid it, does very well, and Dorito chips it to CRR.
I love that he avoided it and landed confidently on the backboard to clear it away from then the second attacking player who's also trying to bump him and get the ball. Really, really confident from Dorito.
Oh, more speed there from Tigray. Dorito tried to get it over the top of the man at the near post and came so close to doing it, but RIX survived yet again. And Dorito, he's involved with everything all over the pitch right now.
That was a vital save too, because Mike Boy certainly had the second touch on that.
Tigray catches and Tigray goes long. Dorito's moving upwards, but it's only Mike Boy in the air to send this one to the side. Tigray is following it well. I've been impressed with Tigray, actually. He's playing very well around his very mechanical teammates. He's not looking awkward at all.
That's exactly what he's brought them in for as well. All Tigray's plan is to be in the right place at the right time, if that's offensively, defensively. But Dorito, as you talk about Tigray, is doing that job as well. He's on like 300 boost at any given moment, where he can go from offense to defense in the matter of half a second, it seems like.
Absolutely. The game continues, and it's still 0-0.
Onto the backboard, CRR will be clearing it long, but with no other White Demons players in the midfield, it can just be sent back by Ocelon. CRR again from the corner, wants to give it another go. Tigre pinches central with Mike Boy, but if that goes too far, Cash will catch it on the left-hand side. Shot from Dorito, goes high, a little bit lofting, so Ocelon's up early, can catch it. Falls down, that is dangerous into that backside. CRR to the corner, catch by Dorito, they need to reassemble.
Absolute booming clearance though from Cash. And then a fake at an odd point from Mike Boy. I think he wanted CRR to fall into the trap of Ocelon on that occasion. Tigre's going around. Really interesting point in this third game now when there have been so many chances and so few goals. Well, absolutely 0 goals. You can't have fewer. As Tigre goes long, it's cleared by Mike Boy. But a boomable emerging, Stumpy.
Yeah, a little bit with every now and then just a player on the sidewall for either team, trying to get it onto either of their teammates' noses. That was a great pass from CRR central to Tigre, who will stay up. Ceiling pass, Dorito there to touch it down. That will be falling wide, however. Is Cash able to clear this away? He gets a good 50, falls to Ocelon, who can now assemble that counter-attack with that mid-100 boost pickup as well. He'll be able to send this to the ceiling. Shot able to come in, but CRR defensively strong.
And I love the way that after that period of boomable, it was White Demons that still had the confidence to put the infield pass in. They didn't just fall into RIX GG's game of getting rid of the ball as quickly as possible, still improvising.
Another overtime, potentially, for these teams. Neither of them lasting over a minute. The first one being exactly 1 minute, in fact. But with 30 seconds left, Mike Boy will try and find Cash up long. Going for the ceiling pass. Cash not able to quite get the long nose of the Dominus to it. And so as that falls to Ocelon, Tigre can intercept CRR with the catch.
And he's going to flick it over the top of Cash as well as heading in. But Mike Boy at the back does his job. Here comes Tigre, though. Another infield pass is attempted. Although this one's a little bit heavy and too simple for Cash to do something with. I don't think his teammates wanted him to get that next touch. So Dorito can charge it forward. And we are going to end this game with White Demons on the ascendancy.
Fantastic demo from Dorito. Clears up the back line, but still no one able to score from it.
Oh.
That ball lands. It's another overtime, the third in a row. And RIX are hoping to win out here to get through to the playoff bracket tomorrow. This is just White Demons trying desperately to avoid going to the lowers.
It's an overtime hat trick. Yeah, could have a 5-game series, all of overtimes. That dream is still very much alive. But we have to have White Demons winning this one first, and they've yet to take one of these overtimes.
Diego with no boost, comes central. We'll go for the fake low as well, taking the book out of the RIX GG Bible. Mike Boy onto the right corner. Only Dorito back to save it away. Goes for the fade, goes low, and slow. Cash with the shot on target. Saved away by CRR. White Demons survive.
How do you take a book out of a Bible? Anyway, Ocelon clears it, and Tigre going up the wall. Going to take one touch and then dodge it away. Cash is coming in. This could be the end. He shoots. It's hitting the post. And then Dorito gets the read.
Oh my gosh, that just rocketing to the bottom corner. Just not quite accurate enough. My Boy left solo at the back, nearly caught out by CRR. Dorito will be able to get onto that, just not quite before. Ocelon's able to, however. Staying in this corner for RIX GG. Falls to Dorito. Central to CRR. Open net. That is a goal for the White Demons. And we go to the fourth game.
You can see it coming. As soon as Dorito was underneath this one, he was the peak of a 3-point attack with Tigre going for the bump and CRR getting the easy finish. But what another piece of composure that was in overtime. You have to win.
That was a fantastically telegraphed attack. You're completely right. The 3 points of that triangle, 1 passing, 1 shooting, 1 bumping. What more can you ask for? White Demons take their first game and they get well on the road. Every journey to reverse sweep Cole starts with 1 game.
It's true indeed. You asked me what else we can ask for. I'm asking for 2 more overtimes. I can't think of too many all overtime series. I'm sure it's happened at some point, but I bet the statisticians are out there now looking at their spreadsheets thinking, how often does this happen? But let's talk about the players as opposed to just the general context of this one. White Demons continue to look a little bit faster than RIX GG, and in my opinion, they finally have their reward.
I mean, White Demons having so many shots on net too. They chucked 9 at the net that time. Ends up being, to be honest, a pretty poor shooting percentage. Right, they get 1 goal from their 9 shots. That's not brilliant. That's like 10% or whatever. But it was also an amazing show of defense from RIX GG. Mostly for me, it was Ocelon staying firm in the face of 2 players bearing down on him time and time again.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of teams out there that overuse this infield pass, but White Demons are showcasing when to use it. They go long, they go solo, they opt to take their chances and can't quite do it. Then when the passes do come in, it's perfectly timed, as was that approach from Dorito off the kickoff.
Yeah, it was the pass technically from Tigre. Pass from, I was going to say technically, it was the pass from Tigre onto Dorito, and that's the quickest goal we've had, Cole. And of course it comes after 3 overtimes in a row as well, where only 1 goal was needed.
Oh, that is absolutely classic. When you have a 14, 15-minute overtime, you just know the next game is going to start with at least 3 goals. So all these players show, you know what? We know how to put the ball in the net. We just couldn't there. And Cash is, oh my goodness, what an approach that was. Ocelon's coming in. It's a shame. When Cash goes up to the air like that and dribbles around players, you want to see it in that goal replay.
It's with his teammates needing to be in a very confident position too, and Cash calling whether he is able to get that ball through. Because if you commit on that play, you're going to look a little bit silly if it doesn't quite come off.
RIXGG playing well at this point now in this game, since going 1 goal behind, having a little bit of time on the ball in their opponent's half, but that one from Tigre could change it, especially with CRR bumping Ocelon out the way. Dorito comes in, but Mike Boy, like an angel from the ceiling, dodges it away.
Dorito's shot wasn't quite on target either. It was slightly high. Might be able to get the clear away, which is fantastic, but Dorito could have shot that lower.
Yeah, I feel like Dorito had to put a little bit more hot chili on that shot.
Potentially. Dorito to that sidewall, finds Mike Boy, who finds the backboard. CRR will stop that attack as it comes, though. With the 100 boost pickup, he can clear it away from 1 attacker. And Mike Boy on that central line. RIXGG shutting it down before any of these attacks can come into big shot-saving opportunities for them. Trying to nip it in the bud as early as possible.
Yeah, but whenever RIXGG are trying to take a touch, they are being bumped by someone there. It's cruel from White Demons. They are not giving their opponents an inch anywhere on the pitch. Dorito's getting second touches that are all important. Ocelon finally gets set away, but he can only go as far as CRR. And while RIXGG did have a little bit of pressure after going behind, White Demons have stepped up yet again. CRR might be able to come in here, but decided he couldn't beat Cash to that ball.
That was a good idea from Cash to take his time too. It was CRR pushing very far up, and it was a really good position from him. But Cash, just to slow it down, take it to the corner, be able to pick up that boost, and then re-continue with his attack. Cash going for a cheeky musty flick. Wanted, I think, to get a bit more height on that so we can get the double tap off the backboard, but not able to secure it. If Cash, though, is starting to want to flex his mechanical muscles, good luck, White Demons.
Yeah, exactly. That is the ace up the sleeve of RIXGG right now, but in 2 minutes and 35 seconds time, we are going to be in reverse sweep territory, so Cash will be well aware of that, as will the rest of RIXGG. Barreling down on this White Demons goal as CR gets a great pinch on the wall past Mike Boy as far as Cash, who has boost, but is so far away from the opponent's goal that he can't do too much with this one. Needs a teammate to come in, and instead it's just Tigre that gets a 50-50. Dorito flies in, and yet another chance for White Demons.
Oh, CR onto the backboard, saved away miraculously by Cash. And now with the counter-attack, tries to go for the pinch central, doesn't quite get it. CRR reading him like a book with a page torn out of it. Dorito facing off with Ocelon in that corner. Tigre has to pick up. It's still the lead for White Demons, and it is looking really good for them.
Dorito's in reverse now, so it's going to be Mike Boy that comes in, but CRR knew exactly where that one was going. Good defending from him. Ocelon onto the backboard of his own touch. It's a bit awkward. Dorito comes in. I think his opponent thought he was done with that attack. Oh, no, he wasn't.
Look at that touch. Central from Ocelon just slows it down, wants the time to come in. And you're right, Dorito sticks about, wanting to be that offensive nuisance presence, and does it to perfection.
Yeah, Mike Boy rolls that one forward. RIXGG 2 goals down now. It's been such an odd series from them because they haven't been playing particularly well. That was a thing of beauty from Cash, yet again not leading to anything. Finally, Ocelon scores. RIXGG have a chance of coming back.
It was just that touchdown as well. Tigre not quite sure where the next shot was going to be coming in either. And Ocelon has to get it on target. Tigre is so close to getting his nose to it, but not quite enough. With 90 seconds left, RIX have started to turn it on and actually make these shots count.
Tigre goes long. Will we see about 90 seconds worth of White Demons defense? I don't think we will because Dorito's coming in. Tigre's chance to win it, but Mike Boy stands tall and keeps RIXGG in this.
Ocelon tries to send it long, does get cut out by Dorito, who goes straight to the backboard and can clear it so far. Tigre takes a shot to the backboard again. Ocelon with a miss. Cash has to come in to save his skin.
CRR goes up to the ceiling. Dangerous times for White Demons, but RIX GG don't seem too likely to punish them for it yet. As Mightboy goes over the top, CR saves it. Cash is there. Onto the backboard he goes. Tigray needs to watch this one so carefully. Dorito helped him out in the end. It's a pass to Mightboy. He shoots. Dorito across the side, double tap and hitting the post. Cash is coming in, but he can't score. Whenever RIX GG are trying, it's not working right now.
What a sensational series of saves that was from the guys of White Demon. Oh my word, I can't believe that Mightboy's shot was saved off that pass either.
Tigray goes long, well, as long as he can with the ball bouncing and barely any boost. Arcelon's on the backboard and clearing it to the side. Dorito goes high. Amazingly, it's White Demons still in the attack with 20 seconds left when they're only 1 goal up. It's so brave.
Offense is the best defense, and that is what White Demons are fully banking on right now. Final 10 seconds. CRR takes that touch high, will then get caught out by Arcelon. Not a great touch from Dorito. Can't quite get the second. It now falls to RIX.
The all-overtime dream is almost over unless RIX GG can score here, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Maybe something can. No, Dorito, he's going to make it 3. That is what he does. And we're going to game 5. Reverse sweep is alive and well.
Oh my gosh. Final goal didn't matter too much. Dorito, they will be happy having that one for the stat sheet. That is very true. That is a really good performance from White Demons. And one thing I want to credit both teams on throughout this series so far is that whenever there's been one man back in a defensive position and there's been 1 or even 2 players pushing down on them, everybody stayed really calm. No one's panicking and going for like really risky maneuvers. They're taking shots grounded, staying on the ground as much as possible so they hold the cards, and then only going when the shot comes in. I'm very impressed with everybody on that front so far. But White Demons in this 4th game, that's a big goal differential. And Dorito scoring all 3 and getting near 800 points. He's looking on fire.
Yeah, his shot differential average has improved as well. 3 goals from 6 shots, so that's 50%. Better than what you were, almost dead on 50%.
Almost.
That's better than what you were pointing out earlier on. I think RIX GG, they're not going to outpace White Demons. I think they realized that in the first 2 games. Their game plan here cannot be, let's be faster, because with CRR and Dorito playing the way they are, that's not going to happen. So what do RIX GG do?
Continue playing how they are, because so far they've won 2 games against White Demons. I'm not too sure that it's anything that RIX are doing. I think potentially give Cash a chance to be a bit more mechanically incredible, but also that's on White Demons for shutting him down. So the way that this series has ended up going so far is that one team gets a lead, they can't normally hold it, it goes to an overtime, right? I'm very impressed that White Demons have been able to get those extra goals on top. And early shooting from Mightboy is exactly how RIX GG need to continue.
For a little bit of context, in the lower bracket where one of these teams will go as the other one qualifies, Guild have beaten Endpoint by 3 games to 0. So loser of this will have to face Guild to make those playoffs.
Our predictions are looking pretty good so far. The only one that's gone wrong is Johnny Boy saying Dignitas. Like, come on, mate. That's silly. My liquid train hard dream, that's still fully alive.
If you think that Johnny Boy should change his name to Silly Boy, let him know on Twitter.
Hashtag RLCS. Let us know.
1 minute gone in this 5th and final game. It could not be closer between these 2 teams, and they are all playing such a beautiful form of Rocket League. As Mightboy goes over the top, asks a question of CRR. The answer is Cash coming forward with an attempted air dribble, but he was bumped out the way. But this is a chance for RIX.
That's a good idea to go for the man there from CRR, where if you go for the ball, there's always a chance it'll be a risky 50. But if you go for the man, that just sends him out of the way, and then your teammate can come in. Cash with the double tap down. He's able to get his 2 central. Mightboy has a chance central. Fakes out Tigray with that too.
Yeah, he faked out the infield pass. I thought he was going for it.
Oh, that's good.
And it completely stretched the White Demons. What a decision that was from Mightboy.
That's such a subtle, calm movement as well, where he fakes going for the pass and then turns literally 10 degrees further in, then suddenly he's primed to go for the shot. That is absolute intelligence. 400 IQ plays from Mightboy, and the first goal to stop this reverse sweep from happening, to keep RIX in the uppers. It's alive.
Yeah, shout out to the goal scorer Arcelon as well, who scored 4 out of the 5 goals that RIX have got in this series by my early count. I might be a little bit off, but basically he's been the focal point of a lot of their attacks. Could be again here, gets the assist going over the top of Tigray, but Mightboy's coming in now, and he and Cash are going to combine for this attack.
2 minutes now gone as Arcelon Just takes a bit of a slap shot going towards the center. Tigray with low boost has CRR call him off the ball. Off that left wall, will try and get it central, but the dunk from Mike Boy, that's going very dangerously. The defender in Tigray has to clear it wide. Does so. Cash high. Dorito to catch and go long with it again. So far, White Demons on defense looking very stretched.
Yeah, but Tigray's beaten that one from the pass that was towards Cash. My boy is coming in though after it. Dorito needs to just be really careful here. I don't think Tigray or CRR completely trusted Dorito. All three of them getting involved. Somehow they pinch it away, but Rick's going to come forward yet again.
CRR with a little bit of acrobatics displaying. Getting that touch on the ball. Cash and My Boy committing to it. Arsenal has to come in to save the bacon back. On the right-hand ball, Dorito sees My Boy will get to that first, and so comes back. I like the defensive-mindedness of him. But Dorito looking much more confident in the earlier games. This time, quite muted.
Yeah, they are. Maybe it's the nerves of Game 5. They need something, a spark, to bring them into life. Dorito's going to try and cause it. He is the player who's no doubt touched the ball the most for this roster. He wants to get involved at every opportunity, but so far he is a little bit blunted in this one, especially with these bumps coming in. Needs to get this next touch. Mike Boy in that corner. They're not letting White Demons escape.
It's a good touch from Dorito. Arsenal has missed. Tigray is up for the shot, but Mike Boy proactively blocking it away before it becomes dangerous. Cash now getting the touch on the ball, goes to the ceiling as well. Arsalam with not too much boost will try and push this back into the White Demons half and bump CRR away from it. And Mike Boy nuisancing his way through that orange side of the pitch. With under 90 seconds, Cole, RIX have looked really solid with their lead.
They're showing all their experience now, the game management, just not giving White Demons a chance, while balancing that with not overcommitting, because that could be disastrous if they do. Here's another clearance, potentially from Oslan, but he's tackled by Tigray. Mike Boy up against Dorito. Dorito wins it, and Cash has the reflexes to get the save.
Oh, that is really nice save as well from Cash. Didn't even expect his teammate to miss it, and so has to react very quickly on it. Oslan with the very long shot. Tigray can just about tip it sideways. Oslan, the quick low shot to the bottom corner, sends it wide. Mike Boy still with the pressure. Oslan rotating so far away. He had 80 boost. He could have stayed up.
The CRR needs to go long, but he's got no boost at all. Dorito is able to do so. Then Tigray with a weird touch towards Dorito. It's a passing play. We've seen some from them in this tournament so far. Can they get another? 30 seconds left, or RIX GG win.
Sent long from Oslan, but caught out in the midfield by Dorito. Mike Boy will be the recipient. Pinched back by Tigray. All of this happening on the right side of the pitch so far.
There's a pass, it's towards CR. CR has a shot, but it's so far wide. I don't know if he realized how much time he had. They've got 10 seconds left. They have to go again.
This has to be a great pass from Tigray. Gets it central. CR to receive. Mike Boy clears it away in that back third. Dorito, central. Tigray having an absolute trip round that back half. And RIX GG, they do not get reverse swept here.
There will be celebrations in the caves tonight. The RIX GG players, look at them. No natural light, but so much natural happiness. They survive to tomorrow, unbeaten in both the groups and the knockout gauntlet. But my goodness, Stumpy, what a battle that was.
That was a lot of effort being put in from both these teams just to get one goal. These were incredibly close games, apart from the outlier of Game 4, where it ended up being what was essentially 2 goals scored for White Demons, ended up being 3 on 0 seconds. It was trying to be kept up. But that is as even as they come. Game 5 is what it took to separate RIX GG from White Demons. And RIX GG had the game management, had the wherewithal just to keep it as their series in the end. I'm very impressed, though, with White Demons. And Cole, they have not gone home from this loss.
No, absolutely not. They go to the lower bracket where they will face Guild Esports. So a really tough matchup, but they'll be feeling confident going into it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a huge matchup. And guys, bear in mind there are 2 streams at the moment too. On that secondary stream right now is Train Hard versus Queso. Make sure you go and watch that at twitch.tv/UGC. Otherwise, after the break, we are going to be having a look at Solary versus Vitality. The winner, mate, they go home. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you soon.